Good morning. Oh, I just got to brushing my hair. It's like, it has a mind of its own. Good morning, Margaret. You're the only one I see at the moment. Frizzy. Good morning. Looks like we got Lisa, Arlena, Mary Ann, Melissa G, Tank, Margaret, Rebecca. Oh, I have found if I, for some reason, forget to switch out laundry and have to rewash it, it still has a bit of a funk smell to it. The other day, and I put it in the dryer, and I took one of my wool balls that I have, and I have this grapefruit, I think it's just grapefruit, essential oil, and I dumped about 6 or so drops on the one wool ball, and y'all, my clothes came out smelling just fine. I was like, yay. Good morning, Susan. And Joanne, there's a name I haven't seen in a while. Good morning. Oh, there's something on my shirt. It's a brand new sweatshirt I bought from Old Navy yesterday, which I haven't washed it yet, so that might be something rubbed on it from the store. Who knows? Trying to think. I didn't get a lot of crocheting done this weekend because Saturday we had a birthday party / hangout afterwards, and so I did like a round or two on a bag on Saturday, and then yesterday I did maybe 4 rows on my mom's blanket, so I'm down to 34. Yay. I can't believe I'm in the 30s. Oh my goodness, Melissa G, let me tell you a little secret. Don't fold them. The only things that I fold are my jeans and the shorts and t-shirts that I wear for jammies. And the only reason I fold those, the jammies, is because so they fit in the container that I have for them. But all of my shirts get hung up, all like dresses, shirts, and then my, all the other goodies they just get thrown in a little bin. We have a closet that has shelves, and I just have little bins for my socks and my underwear and things like that. So yeah, I only have two bins of folded things. I mean, there is some folding, but when it comes to the kids, I don't do folding of any of their clothes anymore. Good morning, Grammy Rita. Good morning, everybody. Man, it looks like we got almost everybody here. Just missing the BB. I hate laundry too. It's never ending. Laundry and dishes. Although, yesterday, my youngest decided he was like, really wanted to wash dishes yesterday. Like, okay, bro, go ahead. I guess W, go ahead. With help, of course. Daddy was helping him. And so I was like, ooh, his new job's gonna be human dishwasher. He's like, okay. So I said, this kid will take care of the dishwasher, of loading and unloading it, and then you will take care of washing what's left in the sink. There you go. And I honestly don't think he would care. I just need to stay there and make sure he gets it done right, So, gonna be lurking. Hey, you know what? Lurk away. I know I have many people that do that, so it's okay. My hands are dry and itchy. All right. Oh, I was going to pick these out of order. Like, I was going to pick a random one, but I was like, that's right. We're going to do these in order. So, the granny square for this week, we're going to just do this one right here. The half and half solid. I could almost whip this out today. Like, 3 out of the 5 of these. I mean, they're all quick, but 3 out of the 5 are going to be super quick. Kind of like that one. So we're going to start with we're going to go with number 9 this week. It's called the Half and Half Solid. I know I can show you guys the back of this one because, y'all, this is out there already. This is not her design. So, there we go. Half and Half Solid, number 9 for the card this week. Good morning, Magic Frog. You know, for a Monday morning, it's not too bad yet. Not too bad yet. We are trying a new online curriculum today. I was talking with my daughter's boyfriend's mother, who is also a faithful Christian like myself, and she's actually pulled her kids, her adopted kids, out of public school some years ago. They did several years in public school, and they're homeschooled now. But she and I were talking for an hour, and half the conversation was on their schooling, and she got to telling me all about it, and I was like, man, I really like what you're telling me. So, you don't enjoy the half and halves? Isn't it? Don't you just flip it to change the color? Flip it and go back the other direction. Anyway, so we're gonna try this curriculum. It's called Acellus. I think that's how it's pronounced. Yep, it's the cardboard. It's cardboard. Cleaned all of the... Man, you've been busy this morning, Melissa. Oh, I bet they were happy for all those leftovers. So anyway, the older two are gonna try it out today, much to the youngest's dismay. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, because he really wants to do school on his tablet, and I'm like, well, I'm only paying for these two for now, and we'll stick with what you're doing, because he's learning to read, and I want to be the one to finish that. I don't want it to become this other one, which once he's got the basics, maybe then it will, but we're going to go till January with the older two and see how it goes, see how we like it, because we can cancel anytime we want without any extra fees or anything like that. They've got a really good program set up, so I have a good feeling about this one. It's basically a Becca without all the books and the 8 hours on the computer. So they're on a computer for, maybe 2 hours, depending on how long it takes them to get through their work for the day. So I put starch on it, Magic Frog. That's how I got it to hold still. All right, let's see if we get a good one here. I want a fun, small project to work on. I mean, the bags are fun and smaller projects to work on, but something different. Gotta change it up. An emotional support chicken. So, an emotional support chicken. I don't know that I have a pattern. I don't think I have a pattern. I think I was going to use... You're fine, Magic Frog. I'm just being silly with you. Crochet ADHD. I think that's how you say it, how it is. Yes, and Abeka's good. I'm not dogging on Abeka. It's just a lot. It's very challenging, and it's a lot of time spent in front of a computer. And that's hard on a kid, on their eyes, and just so. Use new. I could say I've already done it, yes, and be like, look, it's already done. No, I think I'm going to try and make, as Jax calls it, Creations by Jax, she calls it a chimkin. Make me a chimkin. She's kind of coming up with her own little designs with them, and it's really cute. Yeah, I could either make a support. I'm not a huge fan of the support chickens on the Addy. I've made one. It's super cute. Love it. But I don't know that I want to make any more just because they're kind of loosey. But I want to make Jackie from Crochet ADHD. I think is how you say it. And use her pattern or her tutorial. Let's see. Crochet HD chicken. I'm just gonna put chicken. Here she be. Emotional support chicken. Chimpkin. Why do I do this? Because. I didn't do that right. Because. Share. Copy. Copy. There we go. Copy. All right. Emotional support Chimpkin. I want to put Chimpkin just because. Pattern or tutorial. You can't. All right, there is the link. The very last one that was put in after Nightbot is my link. Chicken. Why are we going to use Crochet ADHD's tutorial? Because we can. Because we can. Support another crocheter out there. I have no idea what I'm going to make it with, but I have plenty of scrap yarn that I can do it with. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I don't think she has a written one. I think it's just the tutorial. Make one or 100 or 100, it says. Dry scalp, y'all. It's itchy. I don't want to do the burst pattern anymore. That again, that right there was enough for me. One and done. With that said, hold on, I got an itch. Oh, there we go. Man, you know those moments I have on here where I'm like, I don't know what to work on. That's one of these mornings. Like, I just want to be here. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I could work on either one of those things, but that just, yeah, no. You know, I could share my tote bag with you guys again. I'll share. All right, let's see. Hopeful tote bag link. Just link sharing today. So don't forget, my pattern is up for those of you that are interested. It is a little pricey, and I mean, I priced it like that basically because it was a 7-page PDF with pictures. I tried to spell it out as best I could, and I can always update it if I need to. If you buy it and you see like, oh, hey, you know, if you have questions that aren't quite clear in the pattern, I can fix it to where it is clear. With I have so many have to projects, I want to jump to a want to project. I get that. I got my mom's blanket upstairs I want to work on, but it's just I can't work on it and do anything else. I literally put something on my phone, and either if it's quiet enough I can listen to it without anything in my ear, but usually put an earbud in my ear and listen to something where I don't have to necessarily concentrate on it. I can just hear it as I'm working away, and I can get, you know, anywhere from 2 to 4 rows done on that pattern in about an hour or so, because it takes a bit of time to get across there, because you know, with counting and things, I got to make sure I put in the 4 single crochets for the popcorn, and you know, make sure I put the right number of single crochets between each popcorn and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely one of those I have to like not really concentrate on, but just not have any other distractions, if that makes sense, other than maybe listening to something where I can kind of maybe sometimes tune out on accident. You finished a whip last night, a hooded cowl, and then started going rogue on her pattern. That's awesome. Going rogue on the rogue master herself. Yeah, I can't wait to see the whole set. I keep forgetting. I need to buy your other pattern, Marianne, because I just want to buy it to support you, and I'll make at least one. You know? You know. Let's see if I can figure out how to get to it over here. How do I go to another person's page? Oh, maybe feed. Ooh, here we go. Recently followed. Mama Wench, there you are. I love that pre-surgery video you have on there. That's funny. I love it. Bye now. PayPal. You know, I put the pattern up for $7.99 for my bag, and I pulled a 1 and forgot that PayPal also takes their fees out of it. I knew PayPal took fees out, but I don't know why when I priced it I didn't think of that. So I'm actually making just shy of $7 on my patterns, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that, but I'm just letting you know, I'm just being open and honest with you guys, and just, yeah, being transparent. Good morning, Marlene. So yeah, it was like $6.80 something for all the patterns, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. You stopped at round 10, huh? Well, hopefully you just only stopped at round 10 because you wanted to take a break and it didn't become unbearably confusing. That's what I'm worried about, is that bag pattern has 2 rounds on it that you literally have to get past. Well, yeah, I think 1 or 2 rounds that you have to get past at the beginning of the main body part after I'll do on the increase for it, and then it's just, you just fly through it. So I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? I could work on my bag that I need to get done before the end of the week. Oh, I tried Marianne's little stitch that she posted about. I don't know if you can see it. It's these 4 right here. I don't know. It doesn't give me crossed vibes, Marianne. I don't know if it looks like yours. Right here, this top row of them. I don't know. It's hard to say. It definitely has a little bit of a. It's a dense stitch, for sure. You know what? I did that one. I don't know why that one's so tall. Because I did them all the same, I thought. But I had this out because I was playing with Marianne's little stitch that she thought might have created. I don't have a hook in here. I think it's upstairs. Oh, I think all my 6mm are upstairs. You made her gloves. Yep, her gloves that I made are sitting down here. I showed them off already. Yeah, it's a dense stitch. But yeah, it doesn't give this look to me. It just kind of gives it gives me a double crochet feel, which is what you said I think you did, is double crochets. Good morning, Arrow. Yeah, I can't wait to see the bag worked up with you guys. And I can't work on my bag because I don't have, that's a 6.5. I can't use that. And I don't really want to use this because, I don't know. I don't mind the prim hooks, but they're not my go-to hooks. Oh, I do have one. It's right here. I do have it. I do have it. But Frizzy, I was lazy this morning. No coffee made. I pulled it out of the fridge this morning. To work on your daughter's present and made 2 sets of Marianne's gloves. That is so cool. Yeah, I love seeing everybody support everybody. I love it. And those of you that have purchased my bag pattern, thank you. Seriously. If I don't name you out by name, it's just because there's, a few of you that have done it. And, I just had more people after I was on here purchase it. Let's see. Kimberly and Lisa. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Go to my shop. And Katrina and Grammy Rita, Arlena, Miss Maudie. All you amazing people. You're working on, hold on, that purple hide and seek puzzle yarn is so, I know, I want that hide and seek puzzle so bad. It's so pretty. I love it. I'm honestly trying to be good and not buy any yarn. But I purchased through Marianne's affiliate link for Premiere some of the Stitch Please Superwash Merino in the DK weight. At least they say it's a number 3. It says it's extra fine. I don't know why they call it extra fine. It's a 3. It says it's a 3 weight. So what I'm planning on doing is Jax is doing either still continuing. I don't know if it's just a year-long thing, or she's restarting it or starting a new, I don't know, but she's doing her whole, which I've already done a project for it, but the hand-dyed yarn mal that she's make-along that she's doing, where you take hand-dyed yarn that you have sitting, collecting dust essentially, and make something with it. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll make something. I'll make another blanket, and I'm going to make a blanket either in my side-to-side adaptation of her Spiketastic Granny, or my new blanket pattern that's currently being tested right now, called the Wrapped in Blessings blanket. I'm gonna, because that's essentially very similar. It's just the side-to-side adaptation of the Spiketastic Granny is I'm doing 2 rows of the granny stitch and then 3 rows of the spike stitch and they're all on the same, the spike stitch is all on the same side. And then what am I trying to say here? My brain just went, woo, turned off. Good morning, Tamby. And Susan, that sounds awesome, and sad that you had the crochet sweater that you're making sounds cool, but that you had to frog, not so much. Oh, so 2 rows of the granny stitch and then 3 rows of the spike stitch. And the spike stitch is all on one side. My version of my blanket from the pattern, from using this pattern, the side-to-side adaptation of this pattern, is 1 row of granny, 1 row of spike, and you literally flip back and forth and keep going. And the spike stitch still ends up on the same side because you're every other row it's back on the same side. So but it has a different look to it than the side-to-side adaptation of the spike granny, because spiketastic granny, because I think she does like 2 or 3 rounds of the granny in her square, and then she does like 3 rounds or so of the spike stitch in her square blanket. Good morning, Sharon in Belgium. Good morning, good morning. So I'm just working on my bag that I was working on Friday because, well, that's all I really want to work on right now. I will work on the granny square. I'll just do it off screen for some reason. I don't know why I'm choosing to do it off screen, but I am. Probably because I'm too lazy to grab the box from over there. And then I need to find a 5.5 millimeter, which I think I have some in here. You got 4 Christmas stockings done. Only 10 more to go. You got this. You got this. You'll get it. But I need to work on this so that, you know, if I don't get my granny square done for some reason this week, at least I get this done, because this I need to have done by Thursday. So that way it's ready to go Friday when I leave. I'm excited for Friday. Good morning, Tammys. Just started the last round of this big throw. Yay, Marianne. Look, there's another thin spot of this yarn. Very short spot, too. So I'm anxious to see how this school goes with the kids, because there's no books with it. It's just all online, but it tracks literally everything. The time spent on it. It tracks, you know, the answers that they, you know, get right and wrong, all of them, all the attempts of them. It tracks, you know, it gives them grades, it gives them a GPA, which is what my daughter's looking for. For some reason, she thinks she needs to have grades and GPAs. I'm like, we don't have to worry about that stuff as homeschoolers, but whatever, she'll have it. Right now, she's got a 4.0 because she hasn't done anything long enough to make it any different. So she's like, so my grade's a 4 right now? I said, because she doesn't understand GPA yet. I was like, no, you haven't failed enough for it to be any less than a 4.0. Or no, I don't know if I said failed enough. You haven't got anything wrong. You haven't gotten enough wrong for it to alter the GPA. The GPA is just the grade point average. It averages out your grades into a GPA. But I mean, that's not something she has to know, you know, to be successful in life. Like, that is not something she has to know unless she becomes a teacher. You know, so, and that she would learn very quickly what it is. So I am not concerned with her not understanding GPAs. But her boyfriend has maintained a 4.0 with this curriculum, so we'll see. But it is awesome, though, too, because supposedly because I haven't had it happen yet, because we haven't even started it today, it has this vectored instruction, is what it's called, where if it will automatically see the child struggling in a certain area, and it'll bring in lessons from past grades and whatnot to teach them this concept or whatever, and help them fill in those gaps that they may or may not have, and allow them to move forward. Right. I know colleges use. I'm just saying, it's not like it's not a detriment to her to not understand the GPA at 14. She'll figure it out. She'll have it figured out within a few weeks. Like she'll figure it out. So I'm not, it's not a detriment to her success in life. So, anyway, do I have my pad? No, I don't think I do. I have, I was going to show you my Boggy Creek update, not Boggy Creek, my Luck of the Draw update. Let me get up and see if I have them down here. I'm going to just go right around the back side of the computer and see if they're sitting back there, but I think they're upstairs. I thought I brought them down here too. I don't know. But I wanted to show you guys the pattern or the projects that I'm working on for the Luck of the Draw 13. I'm actually caught up on them. I got my bag caught up by Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and then Friday I got the blanket caught up. So give me just a minute and I will be right back. Okay, I lied a little bit. I went upstairs. Because they were upstairs. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm back. And my chat is acting up on Restream for some reason. To activate, please enable channels. It is. Anyway. So this, I don't know that I've gotten any further on this. Well, I don't know if you guys have seen this. So this is that really chunky blanket I was started. I actually had to frog it back all the way to the loops here in the center and take 4 of them out. So now it has 5, 6, 7 versus 11. So I haven't caught up on all the frogging that I did yet. It still has all of that, and that is almost to the bottom of frogged yarn that I got to put back on here. So, and it is, I think it's going a lot better in terms of how it was growing, because the first time I did it, it was like, it stayed this skinny the whole time, it felt like. And when I was working on it, it was hitting my feet. And this one's barely touching my ankles at this point. It's not as long as it was before. So, but you'll notice that as you work this pattern up, that this round with the spike stitch, it kind of pulls it in like this. So it kind of makes it look like it's like curling in, kind of giving it an hourglass shape to it, even though when you do the next row of grannies, it kind of helps pull it back out and straighten it up. Oh my goodness, just one lesson, they have to do the whole year again? That's crazy. She is 14 and she's in an 8th. Here in the States, she is in the 8th grade, which is considered middle school-ish. So she will be starting her high school years next year, according to church. So this is, y'all, I was not consistent with this project bag because I turned it some direction, some rounds, and other rounds I didn't, and so it's like it's inconsistent on when I turned. But this is my project bag that I basically figured out a way to make it look. I used screenshots of Jax's ball sack. She calls them ball sacks, yarn project bags, and I try to look to see how she did hers, and I'm basically kind of following a very similar-ish pattern that she did. Just so if they fail one lesson, they have to redo the whole year. I am not a fan of that part, but I would understand if they had, like, after the first, I don't know, half of the school year, if they were still like, you know, like not showing progress, then yeah, redo the whole year. But anyway, this is the ball sack. It sounds so funny to say that. And yes, my tails are not sewn in. There's some more on the inside because, like I said, I was inconsistent on when I turned. So I'm trying to decide when I'm going to stop going up because it's getting quite deep. I'm thinking I'm going to do one more color for the top of the bag, and then I'm going to do the strappy, the thick strap, as she calls it. That's awesome. Yep. One lesson or one class. It says a lesson, she said up there. Maybe she meant class. I don't know, because that's kind of... I have my off days, y'all. I would fail tests if I tried to take tests right now on something simple. But I'd probably not do well on it. I don't do tests well. Or, you know, quizzes, I was okay-ish, but I was not I did not test well in school. There's standardized tests that I think a lot of you are familiar with. There's one called the ACT, and then there's the SAT. I never took the SAT. I took the ACT 3 times, y'all. 3 times. To get as close to the 21 that they recommended or suggested or whatever was a good score. 21 was like the score that you had to get or something to get into colleges for the ACTs. The SATs, I never did that one, so I don't know what the grade or the number was for that one. But 21, I believe, was the ACT level or number you were shooting for to get into colleges or something, or to help you get into colleges. It made it look better. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying if they fail a class, then they have to redo the whole year again. That makes sense. I mean, that's pretty much, well, at least they used to be that way, where if you failed, you either took summer school to get your grade up or to get a better grade, or you redid the year. So anyway, I took the ACT 3 times. I got an 18, a 20, and then the third time, y'all, it went back down to an 18. So thankfully, they took my highest one, which was the 20, and that was the closest I could get to a 21. You personally think it's too strict? It could be. Who knows? But honestly, Sharon, it's not strict enough around in the here, at least in my opinion. You think the ACT is harder? I thought the SAT was harder. Maybe I took the harder one. I don't know. But I was never pushed to take the SAT. I was given the option of either one. I don't know why. I don't know why I went with the ACT over the SAT. But I took it 3 times. I went from an 18 to a 20 to an 18. And I was cold. I had a cold one of those times. I think it was the last time. The third time I took it. I had a sniffle the whole time. So I was, the whole time I'm taking the test. So that didn't help. So, But y'all, I made it through. I got to college, and I graduated college, and now I'm a housewife, a home school teacher, like, and I'm doing all the things with doing nothing with my degree. So here is my blanket for the luck of the draw 13 that I'm working. I absolutely love this pattern so much. This is my side-to-side adaptation of the spiked granny, like I was saying. So I'm doing 2 rows of the granny stitch in black, and then my color is the spike stitch. Yeah, Rebecca, that's what I was thinking. You have to retake the class, or you can take summer school. Is summer school still a thing? Because I took summer school for a math class. I think. No, I never did summer school. I did a college algebra my senior year. After my I don't know. I remember taking college algebra with my husband, but we weren't married. We were still together, but we weren't together, like, married yet. It doesn't keep you back a year unless you didn't reach your credit requirement. You love the project bag? My degree is, I just want to look at this. I love this. I need to see if I can do the bag this way, because I like this. So it might be like the Hopeful Tote 2.0, because I really like this look. My degree is in, it is a bachelor's of, is it a bachelor's of science or a bachelor in science? I don't know how the terminology goes, but it's a science, bachelor's in science with the emphasis of, no. I don't, basically it was whatever the social work counseling fell under, like sociology. I think it was a science. I think sociology is considered a science, isn't it? Like I said, I haven't used my degree, so trying to remember all this. But I'm pretty sure it's a science degree, with it being sociology as its emphasis, its concentration. But yeah, so basically, I was looking at either going. I didn't want to do social work, although I have a heart for that. Like, my heart, like, is all, the foster care, social work, all that. Like, I have a heart for that, but I know that my heart and my mind could not handle being a part of all that sadness, so, like, bringing that home, so, like, I was gonna take the sociology route, and so there's 2 routes that you could take. You could go social work, or you could go counseling, and I was going to go towards counseling a little, but go towards more like a school counselor, or like, not therapy, but just, like a school type counselor. That makes sense. They just pass them no matter what. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Tambi, if you're in the States, but we have this thing called No Child Left Behind, and I'm not going to get into my opinions on that. So, but yeah, bachelor's of science in sociology is what my degree is, not counseling. So I could take that sociology degree, and I could have went 2 different directions with it. So, like, if I went social work route, I would have had to do, I had the option of going and getting my master's of social work, but I went the other way to counseling. Interesting. I love learning about how the educational system works in other countries. Thanks, Tank. So yeah. My project bag. You guys keep saying you like it. Well, it's not. I mean, I basically just came up with it by looking at a screenshot of Creation by Jax. It wasn't until after I got further into it that she had made mention of how many loops she did down here, and I was like, well, I'm not changing it at this point. So yeah, it is basic. I think this is called the basket stitch. She uses a bunch of different stitches, but it's literally twins in a stitch here, and then the next row round is the iris stitch in one of the twins, in between the twins, and then my iris stitches stack on top of each other, so I know where to put my iris stitches. So like when I'm following the pattern without having to remember, all I have to remember is that my next row round up here is going to be a round of twins in a stitch, and I'm literally going to put the twins in between all the spaces. So in between the irises and in the middle of the irises are the twins. And in the twins, I just put the iris on top of the twin that's above the last iris. So, you have a degree in theology, nursing, and early child. Wow. Rebecca, you were busy even in college. And Susan, I don't know if you're a little behind or not, but it kind of feels that way with the chat. But maybe you are, and you're just finally saying something. I don't know. Yeah, this blanket is. I want to put that with the wrong one. Oh, this goes over here. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it had a very Halloween-y kind of look to it with the orange and the purple and the white. If you took the brown out, it has kind of a Halloween-y, Halloween-ish kind of feel to it. So I am trying to make it a Boggy Creek blanket, so we'll see. We shall see how far I have to go to finish it. There we go. So yeah, those are my luck of the draws. I wanted to show those to you guys because I haven't really been doing well at showing them to you. I don't even know that you guys knew I was working on them. Other than if you were in the Luck of the Draw Facebook group, you would have seen them there. So now that I have this and the chunky blanket down here, I can work on both. Maybe do another round of this and see if I can work a little bit on the chunky blanket. I don't know. So anyway, I'm trying to think, is there any other projects I'm working on? I still have to finish my Sweet Marshmallow Kiss blanket. I'll get that done eventually. I would like to get it done so I can send it off. I'm going to start sending off blankets hopefully soon. I know I should have probably sent them off before the increase, but it's for the kids. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. So guess what we might be getting, y'all? I am excited for this because I am going to make yarn-related items with it. I want to see if you guys can guess. I'll give you some clues. It uses plastic to make stuff. And it doesn't produce images on paper in a 2D. I'm trying to think what else. I think I've given it away at this point. But I want to make yarn-related items like yarn bowls. I think it would be fun to make those, and I don't know how saturated the world is with those. A rainbow fish. Ooh. The 2 college boys just texted and said they are not going. Gives me time to pack more boxes and start the 5th stocking. That's funny. Yeah. So it started out that it was going to be a birthday Christmas present, but my husband came to me and was like, I don't think we're going to do it for his birthday or Christmas. And I said, well, why not? You know, like, is it a budget thing? It's not a budget thing. I mean, it is and it isn't. But he's like, I have a feeling the rest of the family is going to use it. And he's like, it's not fair to him for it to be his thing and everybody else is using it, you know? So we might be getting a family 3D printer. And yeah, that way everybody can use it. Because I think everybody's going to play with it. Because I know I want to make some things on it. And yeah, and I know you guys would be interested in those things. Well, I think you would be. I don't know. I know a lot of you probably don't use yarn bowls, but I think it would be fun to just make them anyway. And I was inspired by a darn yarn doll. I don't want to steal her thunder, so make sure you go check her out and her yarn bowls because they're awesome. And her partner, I don't know that they're married yet. I think it's just boyfriend. Partner. I'm just going to say partner. Her partner does some awesome jobs with the 3D printer or the yarn bowls. I don't know when we're going to get it, but we're going to hopefully get it sometime in the next month or so. Because my husband's definitely he's a man that if he's going to purchase something like that, he's not going to get the ones that are going to break down in a couple of months or they're not going to print well or function well. Like he's the kind of guy where he's going to spend the money and he's going to spend he's not going to go all out necessarily. He's just going to get what he pays for, you know? He's going to make sure he gets good quality stuff. Yeah, so make it a family gift, Frizzy. Make it something for the whole family, because I'm sure Lizzie would probably end up working with it too. Even though she may not think so now, I think when she starts seeing what she can make with it, she might then. You use empty coffee containers. I know, that's why I'm like, I know some of you probably wouldn't be interested in a yarn bowl, but hey, you know, for decoration. Coffee containers work great. I mean, see, for me, yarn bowls don't really work because I do this, but I still think it'd be fun to print one or a few, you know, depending on. I would do it based on like custom orders, you know, like no, not custom orders. What's the word I'm looking for? Print on demand. Is that what it is? It's where I basically only print when it's demanded. See, there you go. She can make her own Dandy's World characters. So yeah. See, I've done 2 rounds of the spike stitch on this, and you can kind of see it got darker. I don't know if you can tell that it got darker, but I don't know. It is, hopefully it has a cool effect to it once I get further up into the bag. But I haven't done much since the last time I was on here with you guys with it, because I worked on it on Friday and then put it down, and this is honestly the first time I've touched it, because actually, no, I did a little bit of work on it on Saturday, but then I put it away to work on my Creations by Jack's surprise gift that I'm making her. I told her in her comments that I had a surprise on my hook that I was currently working on during her live the other day, and she goes, Amber, turd, what are you up to? I was like, if only you knew. Yep, exactly. It'll definitely teach the kids that they can't just, you know, it won't be instant gratification, which I honestly think is just fine. They need to know that not everything in life is going to be instantly given to them. And they're going to have to work hard to make it, because honestly, 3D printing is not a joke. Like, it's not just click and print, you know, like you do with paper. There's a lot of like, I don't even know. Like, there's numbers and temperatures that you got to make sure it's the right temperatures with your machine, and you've got to make sure you're using the right filaments, and you know, all your numbers are right for all the different things. And like, it looks like it could be intense. Good morning, Debbie. So yeah, and so like, it's going to help them learn, like, it takes work to make stuff, and it's going to take time. You know, we can't print something, it be done in 10 seconds, and then the next person can make something. No, it's going to be, all right, it's so-and-so's turn now. All right, you know, we have to give it however much time, hours, days for their project, and then we have to, and then the next person can use it. You know, it won't be like boom, 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 boom. Like, so, you know, it'll actually be, I think it'll actually be a good learning tool. It has potential to be a good learning tool. So I love granny stitches because I can literally sit here and kind of sort of watch myself on the screen. Kind of. Am I going lighter again? Is it going light again? It kind of feels it. I have a light spot right here. I think it's going lighter again. It's possible it's going lighter again. So I'm kind of excited to get it. What are some other things that I could print on it for like a, I bet you I could make something like this. Well, maybe. I don't know, because this is made with this is rubber. A rubbery material up here that these, you know, it kind of like moves it to the shape of the things that are in it and holds it. I even put these hooks in here. They're in the small spots. That's the only way that's holding it in there. I wonder if I could make something like that, or maybe not necessarily like that, but I could make some sort of like hook holder, like just a cup with like little compartments in it for your hooks. You can make something like that. Oh, she does make something like that to hold hooks? I haven't watched her in a while, so I didn't know if she did. Didn't realize she did. There's another thin spot. I'll have to look and see if, you know, what kind of 3D printed stuff's out there, because I don't want to like get into something that's already really saturated. Oh my gosh, my purchase. Oh, it was complete. I thought it said canceled for a second. I was like, what? But no, it's completed. Little containers for notions. I wonder, Frizzy, if something like this could be made, you know, with like a little lid that slides on. Like something like that, or a little bigger. Yeah, what are some things that you guys can think of? I mean, they'd be plastic. They're not going to be made of anything else that I know of. I haven't gotten into the 3D printing, so I honestly don't know. But I'm excited to play with that. Play with it like I play with yarn, right? I mean, it has filament. It looks like little, you know, rolls of yarn, plastic yarn. That's funny. I mean, I don't know what, you know, what kind of, what I'm looking for, what kind of things I could get into, you know, making. Dawn Erin makes 3D. Oh, that's right. She does 3D too. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. But she doesn't have like a store or anything. She just, you know, I think she just utilizes her YouTube channel to show things and talk about her stuff. Yeah, Frizzy. Tink already uses her yarn bowls for that stuff. Oh, I could make like a little beehive yarn bowl, you know? See if I could find some filament that has like, because I know they do color changing filament, or at least color like ombres and things. It'd be fun to find one that has like a honey kind of feel to it, where it like goes from like a brownish color to yellows to white, make it look like a honey pot, or make it look like a beehive, but you know, make it a yarn bowl. Right, that's what I was thinking, Marianne. I never know which one I want to call you, Marianne or Mama Winch. I don't know why. That's just how it is. Every time's different, I think. It is getting lighter because it is definitely contrasting a little bit against that dark. Not single crochet. There we go. Oh my gosh, I keep hearing a dice hit the floor upstairs. There's all kinds of things. I know you can print a lot of things. Just some of the things that they make is amazing. Funny enough, I've been like, we were just talking about 3D printers, and all of a sudden I started seeing 3D printed fidget toys in my my shorts feed, and so I started watching them, and I showed the kids. And would you know it that one of the birthday presents that my middle kid received for his birthday, which is in 2 weeks, but his party was on Saturday, he received one of those fidget toys, a 3D printed fidget toy. I was like, I think I think the signs are there. We need to get a 3D printer. And having gotten that and seen that, I think pushed my husband even more to, because the boys both want to make things. Even the youngest wants to make things, he says. So we'll see. Oh my gosh, and we've been throwing math problems at this kid all weekend. Like he's been adding numbers, two and 3 digit numbers together with little to no help, and getting fairly close to right on most of them. It's funny, Marianne. Like it changes literally. Like some days I want to say Mama Winch, and some days I want to say Marianne. But my brain goes to Marianne, I think, because that's your name. You know, I like to call people by their names unless otherwise stated that they want to be called by their channel names. So that's how it's that southern hospitality that was driven into me as a kid. So that is probably why I struggle with which one to call you, because your channel name is Mama Winch, but you're Marianne. So you'll see the striping effect going on right here. It went back to a light color. Made a pair of flexible dragons to make into earrings. She made larger ones as fidget toys, which sold well at her booth. Yeah, my middle kid, I don't know if he still has it, but he used to have this toy that he bought at this costume thing that he went to with a friend in one of the malls a couple of years ago, and it's a little orange dragon that lays on the floor, but it has joints. You know, like it's like joint after joint after joint, like, you know, like it wiggles and moves around, not on its own, but like it's like a fidget. Yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Yep. Like I said, that Southern hospitality got driven into me. The yes ma'am, no ma'am, that kind of faded out a little bit, but well, no, maybe not, because I'm trying to think back if I still use it. Yeah, I think I do still use it. Yes, sir, no, sir. But I don't come across a lot of sirs, but I do come across more ma'ams that I use ma'am for. Yes, ma'am. Like if somebody ask me a yes or no question, that's a female, I'll say yes, ma'am. So yeah, it's still there. And y'all aren't gonna change that. Y'all ain't going nowhere. I love that. And and I didn't ingrain it so much in my kids, but it's definitely ingrained in me. But I do make sure my kids say yes please, no thanks, or no please. Yes please, no thanks, thank yous and all that. And the one thing my kids' troops that they were a part of, when the boys were in Trail Life and my daughter's AHG troop, they are very big on calling people by their Mrs. and what their last name is, like Mr. or Mrs. last name. And so, my daughter has gotten that, like, not drilled into her, but like ingrained in her now that she'll do that too. Where like she has a youth leader that they call by his first name, and it's because that's how he introduced himself. And so she came to me when that first happened and was like, I don't know what to call him, because his name is this, but he goes by this because that's what he told us his name was or whatever. And so I'm like, well, if an adult tells you, hey, call me this, that's fine. But like when you meet an adult for the first time or whatever, or even thereafter, you call them by Mr. or Mrs. last name. So Frizzy, you can come clean my house. I don't like cleaning either. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I need to mop my floors so bad that I keep dragging my feet on it. I love that. I hope it has a cool effect when I'm done with it. The light, I'm waiting for like the light part to come out, but you can see that it's striped, right? You can kind of see where it's light to dark to light again. And then it's going to start fading into the lighter parts and then go back out to the darker parts. So I'm excited to see that change. Excited to see that change. Yeah, I don't want to clean my house either. I hate it. I know you just said you hate cleaning and I asked you to come clean mine. I should say, those of you that like to clean, y'all can come clean for us. Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't know. I have to do it differently than you do. Like, there's some days where I'll do a room or two that way where it takes me all day because I deep clean it. But for me, I have to clean in little spurts. Well, I don't have to. I choose to clean in little spurts because I am definitely the meme where, you get up to go to the bathroom and you walk past a room with a light on and you turn the light switch off and you see something on the floor, you pick it up, take it to go put it where it goes, and then you see something else and you start working on that, and then you go over here, and then like 30 minutes later you're going, what was I like? This is not what I got up to do. And then it hits you eventually that it's like, oh yeah, I was going to the bathroom. That's just, I am that meme. Literally, I find myself even thinking it. Like, I will see something and go, well, this is not what I came in here to do, but now my brain's set on this hook. I got to go put it up, like. So yeah, I'm the meme to a T. I live life that way. And nothing ever gets done. quite to the liking of my husband, because then I think yesterday he was trying to keep himself from falling asleep because he got up and went to the kitchen and did my daughter's job of doing the dishes. And then he came downstairs and came back upstairs and said, are you going to take care of the clothes and put them in the dryer? He goes, actually, no. He's like, the clothes, there's something, the clothes are weird. He's like, they're like soapy and like really wet. I'm like, oh, great. So the washer didn't correctly rinse and, you know, didn't correctly rinse out the clothing and spin the water out. So they were sitting sopping wet in soapy wetness overnight and all day the next day. And so I was like, crap, I'm gonna have to rewash these. So I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna put them through the rinse spin cycle and just rinse them and spin them out and see what happens. I pull them out. They still have a funk smell to them, kind of, but I think it was just mostly the washer that I was smelling the whole time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put them in the dryer, and then I put that grapefruit stuff on the wool ball, and they ended up turning out just fine. But it drove me nuts. I was like, dude, sit down, relax. Like, stop trying to do all our work around here. But like, it doesn't get done quick enough for him. And then he ends up doing it. It's like, dude, no, it's not your job. Go. Leave it alone. You're taking all my stuff away. Taking all my jobs away, you know? Like, I don't mind not having to do it, but like when he does it, I feel like I failed, you know? Because it's like, oh, I was gonna do that, but I just hadn't got around to it as fast as he had wanted. Yeah, nope, not me. No cleaning all at once. Good morning, Sid. Good morning. Melissa G. I can totally relax if I have housework. It drives me nuts that I have it, but I have a horrible lazy streak. Lazy gene, whatever you want to call it in me. Where I'd much rather, my priorities are not great. I would much rather sit there and crochet or play on my phone than clean. I don't like cleaning. Have I told you how much I don't like cleaning? Yeah, so anyway, the laundry had been rewashed already once. So I was like, no, I'm not going to rewash this laundry again. So I just was like, I'm going to rinse it, see if that helps. And as I was pulling it out, it still kind of was like, it doesn't smell bad. But once it went through the dryer with the wool ball that the grapefruit scent on it, that helped with the scent. Like, it really did. They smelled clean after that. So I was like, well, that worked out in my favor. So now today I have to go put that said basket of clothes up because they are sitting in the basket upstairs in my room. So that will be a chore I have to get done today at some point. I'll probably get it done this afternoon after school's done. So they're upstairs playing a football game, board game. He got a board game for one of his birthday presents, my middle kid, because he told everybody football related stuff. They did not disappoint. He got the NFL football game. I don't know what it's called. It's you roll a dice and play football somehow with the different teams and whatnot. And then let's see, he got a football, a Nebraska Cornhusker. Not labeled. What is it called? A Nebraska Cornhusker. It was a football with the Nebraska Cornhusker. I cannot talk. He got a football that had the Nebraska Cornhusker colors, so it was black and red, and then it had their logo and whatnot on it. And then he got gift cards to Shields, which if you guys know what Shields is, it's a sporting goods store, which he ended up buying Legos at. Legos, and not football Legos. He got cars. He got a Bugatti, a Formula F1 car, and a Bronco. The Bronco's the big one that he's going to work on more today. But he got the 2 tiny Bugatti and Formula 1 cars done. They're only like this big. The Bronco's going to be, you know, big. Let's see. What did I miss? You cleaned houses and sold Avon when my kids were little for extra money. Both paid very well. Yeah, I bet so. I've never been one to like cleaning. And what's funny is my mom is the exact opposite. I don't think she likes it per se. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask her sometime. But I swear she loves it because it's all she's ever doing. Like, her house is so clean. Well, as clean as she could possibly keep it with 3 large dogs running around all the time when her boyfriend's down. She only has 2. She has 2 large dogs, and he has the 3rd one. But when they're all 3 together, there's 3 of them. And it was like not in the museum per se, but it was I grew up like my mom cleaned all the time and made us clean, you know. So maybe I'm just rebelling, still rebelling. I don't know, because like I had the messy rooms, and I knew where everything was for the most part, and yeah, I didn't like making my bed. Like, I rebelled about it, but I did it when she asked me to. Not happily, but I did. I think. I don't remember, but I just remember not liking. I don't like cleaning. I think it was just, maybe it was just drilled into me so much I ended up having a distaste for it. But part of me has come to liking rinsing dishes and washing those hand washables that I need to wash by hand instead of putting them in the dishwasher. I've come to liking that, but that's about it. And I also grew up always having to hand wash dishes. So maybe that's why I don't know. I don't know. It's just me being me, I guess. I'm crazy. I'm cray-cray. Weird and cray-cray, you know? Welcome to Amber's world on the YouTube streets. This is what you get. I don't really hide too much of myself from you guys. I think you can pretty much guess a lot of like my beliefs and things by what little bits I let slip. Miss her said she could do so. My youngest sister was a princess. That's funny. It was just me and my sister and occasional step siblings, but yep, hand washing dishes, cleaning all the time. So I'm betting that's part of why I don't like to clean, is because I was not forced, but like I was made. I'm not gonna say forced. I was made to clean often. Oh, you know, Sid, I would love to get to a point where my house is like not necessarily clean. Like, I want it clean, obviously, but like I want to get it back to a point where it's maintainable. I'm still in a phase right now where I'm catching up. You know, like this space that I'm sitting in, I need to get it to a point where it's not so cluttered. Behind me is okay. It's the floor. You can kind of see it. It's piling up right here because I'm just not wanting to take care of it right now. You know, I literally just keep piling it up, and then it eventually gets to the point where like I've got to do something about this, because I don't like my husband coming home and seeing a disarray. You know, but it's just, I don't know. It gets stressful, and so yeah, I'm just basically keeping my head above water with the cleaning and the upkeep, or the, you know, keeping it not a mess, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the real reason. Only God knows the real reason. And the day I get to find out, I won't have to worry about cleaning anymore. No worries, Susan. We're still here. I was the oldest of me and my sister. Of my sister and I. Oldest of 2 girls. And like I said, occasional siblings, step siblings. So like my dad at one point I had step siblings with my dad's second marriage, and then my mom, I had a stepbrother with that marriage. So yep. Nope, I'm trying to get the kids involved. Like I have them, the oldest will do her laundry for the most part, although it's still sitting in the laundry room untouched. I don't understand. She normally takes care of it, but I think she's just forgotten about it. So I need to probably go throw it in there for her and then be like, all right, I started it. You need to go finish it. Oh, goodness. Exactly, Grammy Rita. I'm trying to increase their work, as they get older. And my daughter, my God, she did. I started out where she just had to empty the dishwasher and put the dishes away. And then I tried to, oh no, I didn't try. I successfully, after many months of complaining and whining about it, got her to load the dishwasher. And I have been able to finally allow her, well, it's been a while that I've been able to do this, but I've allowed her to fill it up, run it, and unload it all without touching it. As long as when I go to get dishes to eat on, as long as they look clean and appear clean, we're good. Yes, Magic Frog, I am nice. I want to make sure he, is happy. But he also does things to help me be happy too. Like the brand new jeans that I'm wearing right now and the shirt that I'm wearing. He knows I have a hard time spending money on good clothing. And boy, let me tell you, I let that go a little bit yesterday, but all even though I did, I still went like, holy crap, that was a lot. Got me some nice jeans because I had 2 pairs of jeans, y'all. 2. I wanted more jeans to go through, to cycle through, because I don't like cycling through just 2 jeans, because it was the 2 jeans and then comfy pants, which, don't get me wrong, comfy pants are nice, but I also wanted some more comfy jeans to wear. Because there's something about jeans that I like to wear. If they're comfy, I'll wear them. I like comfy jeans. So he takes care of me, Magic Frog, so I like to make sure he's, coming home to not a disaster all the time. Some days it's harder than others, but I try to make sure things get done. So I need to text my sister. Speaking of sister, I need to text her and see how she's doing since I last spoke to her for like 5 minutes. Oh, that girl needs some prayer. She's a lost soul. Just in the sense that she's got a lot of things that she's got to work through in her head. Jeez. That's funny. Don't hold your grudges. Let him go. Let him go. The other day, I can't remember. I was talking to somebody and I was like, yeah, I pull 2 movie references in when I crochet, I guess. Sometimes I let it go, and I just keep stitching. Just keep swimming. Just keep stitching. Stitching, stitching. Oh, 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 oh. Do, 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 do. Oh boy, 8:58. Can I make it around to the end of this round, though? How far do I have? Let's see. Oh, no, I can't. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try and make it to the other end. It's the long side, but it's granny stitches, so it goes pretty quick. So I'm going to pick up my pace a little bit because, well, as much as I can, because these 3 strands, if I go too fast, I end up dropping one. The first attempt at this blanket, I had missed one of my strands in one of the I could see it. So I tried to tuck it inside the stitch so that way maybe it wouldn't get caught, and I don't think it would have pulled out, but it just would have been a loosey-goosey strand. But now it's gone and taken care of because it's not there anymore because I restarted it. So it's back. But so far I feel like I haven't dropped a strand yet. Yep. Well, like I learned recently with my Bible study that I go to on Tuesday, that this one lady gave me this analogy of, think of it like a bus. You, when a bus stops, it opens its doors and its passengers get off, right? Mentally think of like letting go of the grudges or the things, the thoughts of people or whatever. Like open the door and say, please exit. And then you shut the door and you move on. And that grudge or that person or whatever doesn't come with you. They're no longer on the bus. I think that's called bus energy or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what she called it, but I was like, I like that analogy. And another analogy I have was like my pastor was talking, or one of the pastors in a sermon I heard. I don't remember which speaker it was, but they talked about putting that thought or that grudge or whatever. I'm pulling in grudge from you guys, but like just anything. Put that thing that's like on your shoulder that you don't want to carry around anymore or whatever. Put it in the jail cell and lock it up, and then it's gone. You know, you leave it there and you walk away. Clover Amours. I love my Clover Amours. These are my faves. That and the dots. The We Crochet dot. No, this one. Thank you. The We Crochet dot hooks. I actually want to get another set of these, so I have 2 of the bigger hooks. All right, so I'm trying to get this side done as quickly as possible before I have to get off, but I will be getting off as soon as I get to the end of this round, because I have to unfortunately go upstairs and stop the children from playing their football game, their board game, so we can get school started. See how that online curriculum goes. I am very tempted to use the reading through the same people just to get my youngest, into the reading, get him into reading 2nd grade level stuff and not just learning to read stuff. But he's fine. He's not behind or anything. He's just a boy. And, but he's finally picking things up. Like he is. Y'all, we play this game with the flashcards. I don't know if I told you this, but I literally lay them out on the floor. I actually took a picture of it and put it in the Discord on Frizzy's Discord. And y'all, he can pick out the word that I sound out to him. But then if I have him read it, it's different. So we're working on that switch, you know, the processing that it takes to actually like read it and say it, like have that connection, you know. He's close because he's getting it, but he can literally visually look at the word and pick it up and give it to me when I call it out. So we're getting there. We're making progress. So I just need to keep the faith and hold the keep the faith and trust the process and keep going. Keep on mission. You know, we'll get there. I bet he'll be reading by this, you know, by the spring. I bet he'll be reading some things by the spring. His brain is already on 100 times speed with the math already. It's crazy. Crazy. All right. I got one more round on this done, and y'all, I'm getting closer. One more round, and I will have all the frog stuff back on the blanket. So all I have is this. And then I have what's left of the cakes there, and then I'm going to add this cake, and this cake onto the ends of the other cake strands. I just don't know which one I'm going to do. How, you know, which one I'm going to do to which one. So I'll just do them however I do them. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great Monday. And where did my stitch marker go? I thought I had one on this one. Well, if I didn't, I do now. So yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic Monday. Know that you are somebody to somebody, and you are loved, you are valued, you are respected, you are wanted. And I will, y'all, well, Magic Frog, these haven't worn down. Try these out. These are the Clover Moors. These are awesome. I love them. So yes, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Be safe, be healthy, and know you are loved. See you later. See you tomorrow for Bust That Stash Tuesday. Bye.